What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Stoop. And I want to take this time out to wish my father a very happy heavenly birthday. His birthday was Wednesday, June 17th. And I can't remember how old he would be, but Wednesday is his birthday. And one thing about, I love talking about my dad because he loved talking about himself sometimes. But my dad was dope. Like, my dad was the quintessential Renaissance man. And I've said this before, and I can't help but repeat myself. But he was nothing. There was nothing he couldn't do. He was funny. He was outgoing. Gave great advice. He was an all around good guy. I'm trying not to get emotional, so forgive me. I did a video on going to the range. Check it out on the Stoop. And I remember the first day. I remember the time, not the first day, but I remember the time when my dad taught me and my brother how to shoot. It wasn't with an actual handgun. It was with what they call air guns or pellet guns. So we had this pellet gun. It's about, you buy them at Walmart for about $40, I think. And we had this target set up because my dad shot pellet guns, bow and arrows, handguns. He could shoot. So I remember living in New York, living in Brooklyn. We would go into the garage, not the garage, I'm sorry, but the driveway, which was a long driveway. And he would set up the target, and we would shoot this pellet gun. And that's when he first taught us how to shoot. We didn't graduate to handguns. We shot bow and arrows though, which he continued to do later on as we kind of grew out of that. But he still shot them. I remember a time. My brother probably remembers this. We were in the backyard of our house in North Carolina because we had moved, and we still had the same pellet gun that my dad taught us how to shoot. It had, kind of rusted but it's still, you had to pump it about 20, 30, 40 times. And we were in the backyard shooting squirrels. Not bothering nobody, but, we would shoot a squirrel and be like, oh yeah, the squirrel, let's go get him. So we shot a squirrel and we hit him. So I don't know who, to this day, I don't know who did it, but somebody called the cops on us. Cops pull up to the house, so we were like, oh shit, okay. The cop really didn't, he didn't report us or call moms and nothing like that. He basically gave us a good stern talking to and didn't take the gun, didn't do nothing, but made us bury the squirrel. I swear, I remember that. I was at the range coming home, and I remember that, and I was just cracking up to myself, and I'm like, wow. And to this day, there is a dead squirrel buried in the backyard in Goldsboro, North Carolina, of our old house. But that's, we would. I thought we was going to jail, but nah, he just told us, hey, stop doing that. He gave us this lecture and told us to bury it. Went on about his business. That was it. So I tell that story because it's my feeling about when you lose someone special, someone close to you, whether it be a parent, grandparent, loved one, whatever the case may be. As long as you commemorate them and memorialize them, they live on forever. They live on as long as you allow them to live on. I have made it my business to I think about my dad every day. I think about him every day. And I always, anytime I have a story to tell or something to compare, I always compare it to something my dad said or what I've experienced with my dad. Or I think about some of the things that he's taught me or some of the things he's told to me, whatever the case may be. I do that every day, willingly and purposefully. I do that every day because I don't want to forget my father. I don't want him. I don't want his memory to fade. So I do this in remembrance of him. Um, I know as I get older that his memory will fade from me, but I feel like as long as I keep it moving around in my head, I feel like I'll be okay. Um, and that's it. I want to wish my father happy birthday and happy Father's Day. And to you and yours, for me and mine, happy Father's Day.